There are inventions from Tesla that were recorded. There are inventions that were forgotten. And there is one invention that history deliberately erased, a device small enough to fit in the palm of a hand. But Tesla believed it could shake all of Manhattan. And if tuned to the right frequency, the Earth itself could be split in half. If this sounds hard to believe, remember one thing. Out of every machine Tesla ever created, only one device has no blueprint, no diagram, and no surviving notes. And that is the device you are about to hear about. If you are ready, hit subscribe so you do not miss the rest of this series. Because what you are about to hear once made an entire building in New York shake as if it were about to collapse. New York, the early 20th century. No earthquakes, no fault lines, no seismic history. Yet on one strange afternoon, a building on South Fifth Avenue began to tremble softly, then harder, then so intensely that people thought the ground itself was moving. Window glass rattled. Chandeliers clinked loudly against themselves. The floor seemed to breathe wave after wave. Residents rushed outside in panic. Emergency calls were made instantly, but when the police arrived, they did not see cracked walls. They did not see broken machinery. They did not see burst pipes. They saw a tall, thin, elegant man holding a hammer, Nikola Tesla, smashing a small metal device the size of a human fist. And that moment was the end of an artificial earthquake, or the beginning of a much bigger question. Why could a device so small cause such chaos? Because it was not an industrial machine, not a compressor, not an engine. It was a mechanical oscillator, something Tesla believed could amplify vibrations to enormous levels if it touched the correct resonant frequency. In theory, it was simply a tiny piston, a resonant chamber, and a frequency control mechanism. But in Tesla's hands, it became something else. One journalist described it this way: it was like a small handgun, but instead of firing bullets, it fired frequency. Tesla placed the device onto a steel beam. He adjusted the frequency, and the building began to tune up. This was the critical moment. Tesla did not use brute force. The device was almost weightless. Yet the building shook as if it were a giant piano struck perfectly on its strings. A small force repeated at the right rhythm can overpower a structure weighing hundreds of tons or hundreds of thousands of pounds, about 90,000 to 180,000 kilograms. This is the principle that turned the device into a legend. Resonance, a gentle push, at the right moment, at the right cycle, repeated long enough, and the amplitude of the vibration will grow into something unimaginable. You do not need a sledgehammer to shatter a wine glass. You only need to sing the right note. You do not need to strike a bridge with force. You only need people walking in rhythm, just like the collapse of the Tacoma Narrows Bridge in 1940. Tesla understood this decades before the world did. Historical documents state, resonance can amplify force by millions. Meaning, a small vibration at point A can become a destructive force at point B, and Tesla saw what no one else saw. Everything vibrates. Everything has a natural frequency. And everything, including the Earth, has a breaking point. Tesla's device had three extremely simple components. 1. A piston vibrating as fast as a heartbeat in fear. 2. A resonant chamber amplifying every tiny impact. 3. A frequency adjustment system that allowed Tesla to tune the vibration of an entire structure. Tesla placed the device on a steel column. A soft tremble began. He increased the frequency. The trembling strengthened. He adjusted a little more. And then boom, the building joined the cycle. Vibrations traveled from the beam to the floor, from the floor to the walls, from the walls to the ceiling. A perfect loop of resonance. Tesla realized just a few more minutes and the structure would crack. As people were rushing into the streets in panic, Tesla heard the sound of police officers running up the stairs. He understood immediately. If they saw the machine in operation, there would be no explanation that could contain what would follow. Without hesitation, He grabbed the hammer. He smashed the device. The vibrations vanished at once. The police burst into the room. Tesla greeted them with a polite smile. It was just a small experiment. But afterward, he told the press this chilling line: "If I find the right frequency, I can bring all of Manhattan down." It was not boasting. It was not a joke. It was a warning meant for home. For us, Tesla said something even more frightening. If someone found the natural frequency of the Earth and fed energy into it long enough, this planet could split in half, like cutting an apple. Does that sound insane? Perhaps. But Tesla was the pioneer of electrical resonance, mechanical resonance, and even geomagnetic resonance. He was the first person to understand that the Earth vibrates like a gigantic bell. And once you grasp the principle, you begin to see the logic inside what seems impossible. When Tesla died in 1943, his documents were seized and sealed. Thousands of pages of drawings, hundreds of diagrams, dozens of prototypes, but completely missing were the blueprint of the oscillator, the mechanical schematics, the technical notes, and the vibration specifications. Historical records state clearly, no design for Tesla's oscillators has ever been found. Not lost, not burned, not damaged, simply never present among the documents that were taken. Did Tesla choose not to draw them? Or did someone take them first? No one knows. But that disappearance turned the earthquake machine into a technological ghost. From the 1950s to the 1990s, seismologists recorded strange vibrations, cyclical tremors, small amplitudes that were not natural, not industrial, not geological. As if someone was experimenting with wave creation, experimenting with frequency tuning, experimenting with manipulating the Earth's crust. But no one publicly said it was Tesla's device. But many engineers quietly agreed. There are secret programs pursuing the exact principles Tesla discovered long ago. And if Tesla was right about resonance, whatever they are working on may be more powerful than any technology the public has ever seen. When Tesla destroyed the small machine, he did not destroy the idea. He destroyed the evidence and the truth. The physical world, from steel to concrete to the Earth itself, all has its own frequency. Whoever understands those frequencies, whoever understands resonance, can wield a force greater than the weapons of the 20th century. Tesla once said, "Give me a place to stand, and I will shake the earth." Maybe. His place to stand was not a lever. It was a frequency. And if that is true, we have only touched the surface of the power Tesla saw. The only question left is this: who is stepping through the door Tesla left behind? And what are they experimenting with in the darkness today? If you want to see the next hidden invention from Tesla, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this video with someone who loves mysterious science as much as you do. See you in the next episode, where the truth goes even deeper and becomes even more dangerous. This is Mad Genius Archive, and we are only just beginning.